Hey guys, what's going on? Well, just got a few things in. These are Motorola OEM Motorola kit number BDN6676Ds. These are audio adapters that have the 3.5mm accessory jack, which is right here, push to talk. I prefer these over the dust covers, the side contact dust covers. These are about $16.50, $16.75 plus shipping, and there's no way around that cost. I mean, you just can't get them cheaper than that. These are heavy-duty desk covers. The ones that came with the Motorola radios are absolute shit. And you know, if you can't remove them in the field, you know, with your hand, then they never should be on the radio in the first place. So that's not just my idea or my opinion. That's, you know, a fact. And whoever came up with that idea, you know, was a complete idiot. You know, I don't know if he didn't know that people need to have contact or access to their contacts for accessory mics. You know, it's like they weren't thinking. I'm not in a very good mood today. I'm real irritated because it's just been a long day and I haven't had much sleep in the last few days. I need to get some. But anyway, that's how these look, and they look good. And yeah, you can fit them between there, but that's kind of real estate you're dealing with. When they made these when they made these desk covers, yeah, they're really good. They made them for 2500s. They fit 2500s fine. 5000s, they fit well, but still, it's kind of, you know, it's kind of irritating. And so I don't like these on 5000s. And I really am more set, you know, I thought, well, what's a good alternative to that? And, well, let's get something functional. So that's what the answer is. You know, you've got a weatherproof contact that you can put in your pocket, that you can find, you know, if you've got it in your pocket, you got money in your pocket, if you've got change in your pocket, you know, you can find this damn thing. And, you know, if you need to switch out to your remote, you know, your remote mic, you know, if you need to access to the contacts, it's easy because you don't have to dick with antenna surrounds and everything else. This thing just clips on, and you can pretty much do it with one hand. But you know, that it's a clean fit. These lock the fit too. They've got the toggle connectors, but I seat these in when they are on the radio. I'm not going to do that now. I'll do it now for you. What the hell? But anyway, I do have six single unit chargers coming in that are Motorola, and they're going to be in mint condition, and they're 3.40 firmware, which is just what I needed. I'm looking at still trying to get a hold of some of those slant chargers. You know, I need about 15 or 20 of them because I don't like selling radios without chargers. But sometimes, you know, when the supply gets low, and it's you know, I mean, it's been kind of hard to get good chargers. The ones that are the Impress chargers were really nice to get in. So those are on their way. They're not in yet, but they are on the way. And 6 of them will be very welcome. I think I'll probably have about, I don't know, 15 or 20 of them. Anyway, these are OEM Motorola, and when I put in my order for this, I specifically stated OEM Motorola, OEM Motorola, OEM Motorola. I don't want knockoffs. I don't want any bullshit. You know, I want OEM Motorola. And, you know, I mean, it's obvious when you get what it is. Well, it was a mistake, an error on the company's part. But it was a shipping error, I'm sure. But these are going back. These are made by Otto, and Otto makes really good audio communications gear, but at the same time, the difference between OEM Motorola and an aftermarket And these are made by Otto, so I mean they are very good quality. But you can't beat OEM Motorola. You just can't. But you know, I mean, these things keep you. You know, you can, when your radio's in a case, it keeps people from being idiots. You know, number one. But you know, when you've got your radio down in a case and you don't have one of these audio adapters, when you grab your radio, well, the first thing, 99.9% of the people I see on a daily basis grab their radios by the antenna and carry them around, pull them around. You know, it's the worst damn thing you could possibly do. You know, if you do that, you're an idiot. You've always been an idiot. You probably always will be an idiot. You know, it's just, you know, they're the same fellas that go and carve their names on, you know, on the radio, so everybody knows it's theirs. You know, I mean, fuck, I just don't understand it. But you know, don't be yanking around on your radios with you carrying them around by the antenna. You know, find a better way to remove your radio. This is a better way. You won't drop it either. Here, I've got to put it down to do it, but handle your radios like they need to be handled. Yeah, they're mil-spec. You know, they're mil-spec radios, but at the same time, you know, treat them right. Just because they're mil-spec doesn't mean you need to beat the shit out of them. And, you know, that's what a lot of people do. Now, if you use them in the field and they get, you know, get scratched, scuffed, you know, well, that's fine. You know, I mean, that goes with the territory. But don't do stupid shit like carrying, you know, picking up your radio by the antenna. You know, it's idiotic to do stuff like that. People do that all the time. You know, in fact, it degrades your TX and your RX. You know, I mean, yeah, this is heavy duty in here, but you know, it's not built like a brick shit house. You know, I mean, it's got, you know, and you know, these antennas are very, very good. But you know, I mean, you go yanking around on them and pulling around on them, and you know, it's going to degrade your signal if you hook your mics to the end of these. Don't do that. It's just not, it's not good on the antenna, and it's not good on the radio, and it's not good for something that you rely on, you know, for your life, especially if you're in public safety or other people's lives. Don't do that. Don't be doing stuff like that. That's bad. Anyway, enough of that rant. Got another Paul mic in, really, really nice. These are HMN 1001Bs, and these are the old potato mics that are reminiscent of the 70s and 80s, and they're all brand new. Very nice. I mean, these are really good mics. They do have a, I forget what the number is on these, but it's more, I'm just going to call it a modular jack. Call it what it is. And it's got a modular jack with a boot. And these fit on the XTVAs. So they work good. They've got, you know, positive connectors on them. And, you know, I've seen, these are nice, and you can get by all day with these. You know, these are just great. I don't like the aesthetics of them. When I saw them, you know, I used them in the field, and I just did not like the looks of them. I'm an old schooler. What can I say? I'm an old fart. You know, you look at the two, there's not that much difference. These would probably be, I think they're a little more improved over these, but I still prefer those. I remember when these first came out in the mobile units, I hated them. But they're HMN 4069C, but they work just as well. In fact, I think they work a little better than the old school mics. Although old school mics sometimes have a lot more stuff in them, which goes back to the real vintage mics. You know, they've got I forget what they've got in them, but I'm trying to hurry here because my cards are in them low. Anyway, then you've got the smaller mics. These go on max tracks, and these will also fit on the XTVAs. They're very good. made in Mexico. I don't let anything that comes out of Motorola throw me, because a lot of Motorola radios are made in Malaysia. So, you know, they put out a quality product regardless of the country. You know, so I mean, buy American when you can, but you know, at the same time, you know, with Apple, you know, I mean, you don't have a choice. You go with where they're producing. But you know, it comes with this one came with the tag. I've got several of these just kind of laying around, but it's nice that it came with the tag. But these are the full-size palm mics, and I think they're a lot better. They're heavier, they're made well, they're heavy duty, and they are a lot more heavy duty or heavier duty than, say, that. Still, you know, you can beat these to death all day, they'll still work for you. They're very good. And actually, I believe this might have, yeah, this does have it's got the same jack that goes in here. Is pretty much, it's almost like a Cat 5 cable, but I'm not going to call it that because it's not what it is, but it's more like a telephone jack connector, or I forget what they're called, but you get the idea. And I don't look at these as Cat 5 type jacks because before cell phones were around, these were on the end of every handset, and coiled cord that would go to a telephone. And before that, it was even better because those phones were made like phones should be made. You pick it up and you hold a handset, and you're restricted to how far you can go by the length of the cord. Those were the good old days. Maybe not the best old days, but you know. I'm an old fart, and I look back fondly on stuff like that. Yeah, there's great technology out right now, but at the same time, I miss those days, and I think they had their good points. Drinking out of water hoses as opposed to garden hoses, as opposed to going to the store and buying a bottle of water. You know, there was charm in that. These are very good. If you get a hold of them, get a hold of them. 12 minutes in, that's all I really want to spend time on. I do have the Commander mics. Those I think I am going to list some soon. It's just a matter of trying to get this done. I've got a list. I've got the gang chargers that I haven't listed yet. All but one. I've got, I think, 4 in stock. Those are getting ready to go out the door. The Impress gang chargers. I do have another gang charger that's a 6 gang, very nice one. It's in 9 out of 10 condition, and it's absolutely clean, and it's in shrink wrap. So everything I get that is going to go in storage goes in shrink wrap. It's not saran wrap, it's shrink wrap. But anyway, take it easy, guys. That's pretty much what's going on. When I get the Impress chargers in, they're going to be great, and it's going to be nice to have half a dozen of them, and they'll be good sellers too. 3.40 firmware, so they don't need upgraded. They really don't need upgraded anyway. You can get by just fine. I did get some new cables in, and these work on on pretty much slant chargers and things like that, but it's nice to have new cords and a good surplus of them. These are cheap, they're easy to get, and they sell them, and they work on, these connectors will fit on the back of computer. There's so many uses for those cables. But anyway, take it easy, guys. Later on.